Hi, my name is Stephen Hawes, the founder and CEO of Opulo, and this is the November 2025 Opulo company update. Opulo is an open source hardware company making the Lumen PNP, which is a desktop pick and place machine used for assembling electronic components onto circuit boards. The Lumen PNP is meant for assembling PCBs in a wide range of production scales, anywhere from just a handful of boards for a quick prototyping run, all the way up to production of a few thousand units a year. Like we do here, using the Lumen PNP to make boards that go into the Lumen PNP itself, literally building its own boards. As always, this video goes along with a blog post on our website, which you can find in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay, first up, as usual, is lead times. We are still actively looking for assembly techs to join the team, so please apply if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you'd like to join. There's a link in the description and in the blog post. As always, the lead time on the product page is the official lead time that we have, but we are shipping a little earlier than what we advertise. We just want to make sure that what we have there on the website is what we know we can hit, but generally we're shipping a little bit quicker than what's on there right now. We're doing a lot of stuff right now to try and get it to the point where we can truly get to a same day lead time, and we're not there yet, but we are making good progress. All right, next up is wide feeders. We've gone through and done tweaks to the CAD for the 16 and 24 millimeter feeders, and the DVT PCBs have come in and they're great. They spun up super well. The main difference with these is a couple sensor input differences along with a different buck converter for the 24 volt to 10 volt rail. It just makes things a little bit simpler and more efficient. But in general, just like the 1U PCBs, they're doing effectively the same thing. It's just in a different form factor with a couple little tweaks. And spinning up these PCBs has gone into making a batch of DVT feeders for our beta program. So I'm very actively in the middle of building up a whole bunch of DVT units, and I've reached out to some folks that have signed up for the beta, and we will actually be starting to send out some of these units tomorrow for beta users. Yes! As I record this, someone just got back to me about the beta. As always with the DVT build, it's very informative about what needs to change for the PVT or the production validation test batch, what is difficult about manufacturing these things, what needs to tweak to make it easier to put them together. I've been manually putting together a whole bunch of these over the past week or two, and there's definitely some changes to make. Some of the things we did just for DFM of adding the little fiducial PCB that's on the front nose of the feeders. It's not glued in place anymore, it's a press in, and it's actually a good enough press that you can just do it with your hand. You don't even really need an arbor press to do it, and the drive motor cover will hold it in place as well, which makes it so much easier to make. The whole peel gear mechanism with a spring it makes it a lot easier to put together, and it really does make it pretty easy to load, where you can just disengage it, pull the film through, let it re-engage again. We always take the first unit of a batch and put it onto our production line, so we're actually using the most up-to-date version. So the very first DVT unit is actually on our production line right now, and it's being used to make boards, so we can see what we like about it, what we don't, what needs to tweak for the next batch. But I'm really stoked with where these are at right now. I feel like they're pretty close, but again, that's why we run a beta and we learn about the things we need to tweak before they go out the door. I'm still looking for other folks to join the beta, so if you have a Lumen PNP, you're already using 8 and 12 millimeter feeders, and you use a lot of 16 millimeter tape, you run a lot of boards on your machine, please sign up for the beta. There's a link in the description and the blog post, and we'll get some of these out to you to review and hear what you think. All right, next up is ViaGrid. I finally got around to posting a video about the whole process of using this format, and a ton of people have been hopping in the Discord, coming up with a lot of really cool ideas about ways to make it better or easier, or how they would go about using it. My layout is like very clearly not optimal the way that I chose to do it for this first pass. So we're starting to change the layout and the arrangement, leaning heavily on Madinator X in Discord, his whole format for going about laying out the vias, where they should be, how many, and adding in alignment features for CNC, laser, and acid etching. And it's really starting to look cool. There's even some like vernier caliper kind of energy for getting stuff aligned with a backlit, and like it's really exciting. There's been a lot of cool animation GIFs in Discord showing the theory of aligning a board with some kind of method of etching the design onto it. It's really exciting. So as soon as I get this next pass in the mail, I'm gonna start making a couple designs with it, test it out, see how that feels, and hopefully a bunch of other folks in the community will do the same. As always, all this information is up and open source, so you can go check it out in the video description or the blog post. I also asked in the video about a better name than ViaGrid, and far and away people like Biscuit Board, like a joke on solderless breadboards, so let me know what you think about that. Even with my non-optimal layout for the vias, it's already been really helpful, and it's clear there's a lot of space to make it better and optimize, and I think this next pass is really gonna get us very, very close to what can generally be useful for a lot of people in this domain. So very excited about that, and I'll be updating y'all as we go through and test those and see how that pans out. And lastly, we have the job posting section. You can just go check out careers.opulo.io for any job postings that we have up, but right now we're hiring for 4 roles: customer service specialist, assembly technician, social media manager and video editor, and mechanical engineer. Links to all these on careers.opulo.io and of course also in the blog post. So if you think you or someone you know would be a good fit for these, please apply. All right, that's it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have comments or questions about this update, you can leave them as a comment on this YouTube video, or you can go to support.opulo.io and send us a message there, and we'll be happy to get back to you. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next month.